Wait, don't score. What if the moment you think your story is over actually the moment your real story begins? This is the story of a woman who almost gave up on her dreams but found the courage to begin again. Her name is Julia. One quick night, Julia stood beside her bedroom window and whispered, "Maybe some people are simple not meant to be happy." She stared at her reflection in the dark glass. Her eyes were tired, her heart was heavy, but somewhere inside her, a tiny spark of hope still refused to despair. Julia had once carried beautiful dreams. She wanted to build a better life, make the people she loved proud, and wake up each morning with a reason to smile. But life had taken unexpected turns. Disappointment followed. One another plan failed, and people she trusted slowly walked away. One painful morning, Julia finally felt like she had reached her limit. She held her old notebook filled with forgotten dreams and whispered, "Maybe there really is no future for me." There came a knock at the door. It was her closest friend, Maya. She sat beside Julia quietly, held her trembling hands, and said, "You don't have to pretend you're okay." Julia looked at her with tears in her eyes. "I am tired. I have tried to so many times. What if nothing ever changes?" Maya smiled gently. "Then we try one more time. But what if I fail again? Then you learn again. Your past is a chapter, isn't the whole story." Those words changed something inside Julia. That night, she remembered every struggle she had already survived. For the first time in months, she looked at her old dreams without fear. The next morning, she opened her notebook and wrote one sentence beneath those forgotten dreams. "I am not for the day forward." Julia started again. She worked, learned, failed, tried again, and slowly rebuilt her confidence. Someday were still difficult, but whenever fear whispered, she answered with action. Months later, she stood beside the same window where she had once felt hopeless. This time sunlight filled the room. Maya asked, "Do you remember that night?" Julia smiled and replied, "I thought my story was over. I was wrong." She finally understood that her past could explain her pain, but it could never decide her future. Remember this, sometimes life doesn't change overnight. Sometimes you have to become strong enough to walk toward the light yourself. And even after the darkest night, there is always another morning waiting for you.